All right, the next section we're going to talk about is melodrama. Okay, so with the invention of movies, okay, we have our first silent film, which we already talked about, called The Great Train Robbery in 1903. If y'all remember, that was in Migration West. That's the one where at the end the cowboy sticks his gun at the camera and pulls the trigger, and everybody ran out the theater. Well, these were silent films, okay, and the movie stars of the day, the biggest ones were Charlie Chaplin. You'll see him right here. He looks like Hitler, kind of. He's got the same mustache, at least. That was not called the Hitler mustache. That was called the Charlie Chaplin mustache. And then once Hitler started sporting it and he became a really bad guy, everybody in the world started shaving that off, okay? You know how horrible of a person you have to be to actually ruin the most popular mustache on the planet? That's what Hitler did, okay? So this is Mary Pickford, okay? Now, one of the other really famous movies, probably the most famous movie in the early 1900s, was called, it's a series of movies called The Perils of Pauline. And that is basically where evil villain ties Pauline to the train tracks and the hero goes out and rescues her. You've probably seen some variation of that in cartoons. This is called melodrama, okay? Melodrama means being very over dramatic, okay? Because it's a silent film, you have to overact everything. So if you're gonna punch somebody, you really reel back and all that kind of stuff. So if you're gonna say no in a silent film, you go, or if it's yes, it's just over dramatic, and that's what's melodrama. Improbable plots where a doomed hero evades disaster at the last minute. And they recycled this over and over again, and there were several Perils of Pauline movies during that time period. And a lot of cartoons have remade